Hi everyone. Um, Basically, I watched X-Men Apocalypse last night, and it was an amazing film. It was brilliant. It was very emotional, and it was chocked full of symbolism. It was like unlike anything I have ever seen before. The beginning of it starts off just like the Mummy film does, because En Sabanur Apocalypse represents the mummy. It starts off with like all of the pyramids and such, and it goes into the title sequence that basically has a Nazi swastika on it, I should say, and it has even the Russian hammer and sickle, and even the Mona Lisa. Now, I think the Mona Lisa represents the woman of the Bible, and it's because the recent X-Men films have got to do with World War II and the Cold War. They even went to Auschwitz in this in the movie that I watched last night. I think that's how you say it anyway. So that I want to break down some of the things that the Grox said in his most recent video.
Which you can see right here. This is the dragon. Do you see him right here? This alien looking thing?
The alien looking thing, it represents those aliens in Indiana Jones.
This is the dragon. He's eating people through this chalice.
This dragon represents that Jabberwocky in Alice in Wonderland, and this chalice is represented by like the Holy Grail in Indiana Jones, but also like the Holy Grail that's in the Bible as well. Well, it's supposed to represent the same thing anyway. See how Indy has a similar hat on to Silas in Hollyoaks?
Just like they're doing like communion wafers.
Communion wafers. Just like they've got communion wafers in Fear the Walking Dead.
This is Akhenaten, who had things exactly like communion wafers. Just like the communion of the Catholic Church. There's the dragon. Right here, how can this be? There's time travel involved or something going on. That's what we've shown.
Time travel. Just like Cable in X-Men does time travel, and just like the Doctor in Doctor Who does time travel. Even in Back to the Future, there's time travel. See this film, The Cable Guy? It represents Cable in X-Men. This Jim Carrey character and Cable in X-Men represent the same person. You ever wonder why they call these things cult films? It's because it represents the occult, or cults like the Illuminati and the Freemasons. See, these characters even called Chip Douglas, representing those RFID chips that are coming. Even this elite blinds place that is near where I live. See the black for the darkness? This elite part represents the elite. And then, see this sun right here? Represents this same sun on the Freemason Royal Arch. See also there's this place called Clark's Road near where I live. And well, that represents Clark Kent, just like Clark's Village does. See the V for the Fifth Age in Clark's Village? In this X-Men Apocalypse film, Apocalypse has his own cult, which is like the cult of En Sabanir, and it represents like the Freemasons and the Illuminati. See how he's shaping everything into his image? or into an image of his choosing, just like Lord Vortex does in Lego Dimensions. See this Bumby guy from Alice Madness Returns, played by Alistair McGowan. I think he represents that clown that's on the Illuminati card game cover. But I think he also represents this person that Andrew Scott is playing in Alice Through the Looking Glass, Dr. Addison Bennett. Alistair McGowan starts with an A, and Addison starts with an A. He represents that A that's on Captain America's head. See this Helen Kingsley character? This H represents the Hadron Collider and the Harp machine, just as the H in Hamish does. Even this A in Absolem represents that A that's on Captain America's head. I know I said in a previous video that I thought that Professor X represents Satan, but now I've completely changed my mind. I'm sure that he represents Jesus. Now, this Reese Ifans guy keeps cropping up in loads of different films. He was Phineas Lovegood in Harry Potter, and he was Dr. Curtis Connors in The Amazing Spider-Man. Now he's in this Alice Through the Looking Glass film. So, basically, right, in the book of Alice Through the Looking Glass, the Looking Glass is basically a window, but in the film they've changed it so it's a mirror. And this is no surprise because remember how I said like the windows and the mirrors basically represent the same thing because they're both made of glass. It represents like the Michael Jackson song "Man in the Mirror" and also the Justin Timberlake song "Mirrors." Even in the cinema last night, they showed an extended version of that Quicksilver advert, that Sky advert, and in the extended version, it had a Rubik's Cube in it, and this is no surprise because remember how much I've been on about the Rubik's Cubes in my previous videos because it represents like the things like the Tesseract and the sex box on Channel 4 and things like that. But remember, like there was even like this contestant on Britain's Got Talent who was wasn't Mabab. He was, how do I say this? He was solving Rubik's cubes blindfolded. So when he was blindfolded, that represents his visors coming with the mark of the beast. See this guy right here? He's got the mark of the beast, and this guy right here. And so yeah, they even had those visors in one of the adverts at the cinema last night. I can't remember which advert it was exactly, but they definitely had an advert that had those visors in it. So anyway, the Rubik's Cube and the Tesseract and the Sex Box and everything else is represented by this cube right here. The X-Men Apocalypse film was all about being underneath the burdens of Egypt. Here's the burdens of Egypt right here, represented by this pyramid. They had loads of pyramids in X-Men Apocalypse. See, this is your Prince William character right here, and this is your Obama type character. Well, actually, it's supposed to actually represent Obama himself, but you know. I think this is a Rockefeller, and this is supposed to be Bill and Hillary Clinton. I know I thought it was David Cameron before, but the Grok says that apparently it's Hillary Clinton. Don't forget, all of these nations are rising up as a hive intelligence. Apocalypse represents the same person as Hive in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because he was trying to mind control everyone on the Earth. Apocalypse was. Just like Well, Hive doesn't. I mean, Hive kind of mind controls, but it's with him. It's more to do with taking over people's entire bodies. But anyway, it's just like how this clown does mind control, because Apocalypse and Hive represent this clown. So, like even in the film last night, you've seen like nukes going off, like basically like the nukes went into space and then they exploded. It's just like in the Agents of Shield finale. Yeah, yeah. So it's just like in the Agents of Shield finale where a missile goes off. I'm not sure if it's a nuke or not because I haven't seen the episode yet, but I'll let you know in a future video, possibly. So don't forget, the Pope is rising up with Russian Orthodox Church and Islam and all of these people. Here's a UFO representing the aliens coming. And this flag represents, well, I guess the flag of the New World Order. Surely whoever's watching my videos is skeptical the most about this flag. I mean, what else could it possibly represent other than the flag of the New World Order? All of these nations coming together is the New World Order. Even when Apocalypse was watching the TV in one of the scenes, I swear it mentioned the idol shepherds, because this clown guy is the idol shepherd, and he brings this idol worship and this idolatry. I do. See, this thing even looks like a ship, representing the ship of souls, leaving for heaven. Thank you very much, everybody. See you at the wedding feast of the Lamb. Even that character Havoc in X-Men, it represents wreaking havoc across the world. See this guy right here in the blue represents Apocalypse. He's in the center of it all, with all of his followers around him, representing the Horsemen. Even this character, Mr. Sinister, has something on his head, just like Vision has something on his head. Vision has a cape, Mr. Sinister has a cape. This Mr. Sinister character is going to be in a future X-Men film because he's Nathaniel Essex, just like there was an Essex Corp case at the end of the movie after the credits. Represents the same thing as The Only Way is Essex. So, basically, right, this guy's a doctor, just like that doctor in that Alice Through the Looking Glass film. So anyway, right, see this diamond on his chest, or is it a crystal? I'm not sure. But anyway, it could represent the same thing as those crystals in Crash Bandicoot. But anyway, the Weapon X program essentially represents the experiments that the Nazis carried out, but also the experiments that the Freemasons and the Illuminati carry out. You even seen in one of the chambers that they had what looks like gas or smoke, representing the smoke beast from the bottomless pit, but also like the gas chambers that the Nazis used. Songs used in the film: Venom representing Venom in Spider-Man, Glory of Trumpets representing the fifth trumpet sounding, $25,000 pyramid theme, just like the pyramids, like the Illuminati pyramids, the five for the fifth age. And to remember, it's all to do with money, because the stock market is going to crash and stuff. A flock of seagulls representing our ego.